Hello, fellow badass benzo warriors. This is Debbie. I am finally making an update. Several of you have reached out to see how I'm doing because I literally fell off the face of the planet, it seems like, for the last 7 months. And without going into a lot of past history detail, because you can watch that in my other videos, I'm just going to kind of give you a nutshell of where I'm at right now and why I seemingly fell off the face of the planet. So I'm doing a water titration off of clonazepam. I was doing a super slow taper for a couple years, got down to 0.162, and then I got incredibly impatient and made changes to my formulation, changes to how I tapered, did my math wrong, and ended up crashing ridiculously bad. And then I made the monumental mistake of just updosing and updosing and updosing in hopes that I would get stable and I would feel better. And basically, that never happened. 2 years after that happened, I still would say that I am not even remotely stable. I've kindled, and so, one thing that I do want to talk about today is the dangers of updosing. And I know that when you are suffering and you are terrified and you just want it to stop, that your brain just says, just updose. And so, while I'm not a medical doctor, and all I can do is share my experience, it's really not just my experience. It's the experience of a lot of people out there. And even though I'd read about it, I chose to ignore it. And there's a reason why everyone says try not to updose. And so, yeah, if you crash yourself bad, go too fast, whatever, my advice would be try to write it out if you possibly can. Um, and if you just can't, then just updose the tiniest bit that you possibly can and stay there for a week or two and see if you can get stable. But to think in your head that, oh, I'm just going to go back up and I'm going to feel better, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. And once you get kindled, like I am, it just makes that hellish experience that much more hellish. So basically, what's happened in the last 7 months is with little to no tapering, I have just gone steadily downhill to the point where I am just really minimally functional at this point. And I have made the decision that I'm going to have to sell my business and I'm going to go ahead and move so that I can get closer to some better resources because I live in a ridiculously small town right now. And the nearest larger town with good resources is about a 45-minute drive, and I can't even drive anymore. Anyway, so I've made peace with that because I'm at the point where I just need to focus 100% on getting off of these toxic, poisonous demon pills. And so that's what I'm going to do. The other thing that I wanted to share with you that I've recently found and has really been helpful for me is a gal online. Her name is Dr. Jenn, and I'm going to put the link below so that you can go research her more. She's highly educated, doctor of psychology, went through her own horrendous benzo tapering experience and survived. So she's a huge inspiration. Plus, she's trained in nutrition and trauma and all kinds of other really great things. So she can do individual sessions, which are a little pricey, but you cannot put a price on your health. And I am a firm believer that the more resources that you can create for yourself, the better, obviously. The other thing that she offers, it's called Mornings with Jenn, and she does them on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific time for an hour, and each week is a different topic. And those are $75 a month. So if you can eke that out, it's really worth it. Um, and again, the reason I like that is because, you know, while friends and family can be supportive, I think the more that we can surround ourselves with our people that are either going through it or have been through it, um, is really helpful. At least it is for me, because unless you've been through it, it's really hard to believe it or understand it. You know, I've said this 1,000 times. If I had not been through it myself, I would have never believed it. So it's just a really great positive community. And as an example, the topic last um, Wednesday was the state of our nervous system driving our story. So, you know, just kind of ponder that a little bit, because there is just so much truth in that. Um, you know, when we are having all these horrible physical symptoms, it's so easy to just get in that mindset of, you know, I can't do this, and it's too painful, and it's just hopeless, and I'm never going to be healthy and healed and normal again. You know, and then they become looping thoughts, and as you've seen in my other videos, nothing good comes of that. Um, so, you know, the biggest message I got out of that session was that we're not experiencing reality, we're experiencing our nervous system. And I think it's so important to make that distinction when we are feeling all of the things that we're feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally, that those are benzo driven and nervous system driven. And while they don't feel normal at all, they are normal, and it's part of the tapering and the healing process. And to just see it for what it is. So again, I would encourage that. So I don't know when I can commit to making another video, because I am feeling pretty crappy. But it just is what it is. And I just, again, want to remind everybody that no matter how bad it gets, I know that we can get past this. And the reason I know that is because there are too many other people out there that have. And again, Dr. Jenn is one that had one of the most horrendous tapering stories that I have ever heard. And she survived it, and she's just a huge inspiration. So we are going to make it, and we just have to do everything that we possibly can to get there and to do it and to support each other and love each other, and never, ever, ever lose faith and hope, because it's going to happen, and we're going to have an amazing life, and we're going to be so glad that we were strong enough to get through this, because we are. So again, huge hugs, love. Thank you so much for all the support and the kindness that all of you have shown me. And I will report back when I can. And I just wish all of you the best day possible. And again, lots of love and hugs. Thank you.